on to this blue shirt for years. I've held on to it through declutterings. And today I'm gonna say goodbye. Goodbye. And I want to share with you guys two things I've been learning lately and that have been kind of a mental philosophy for me that have helped me keep a tidy house. One is, the very first one is pretend almost like you're on vacation, but in your own home. And the second one is the 2-minute rule. So I'm gonna explain both of these. Do you know how when you go on vacation and you walk into a hotel room and there's this breath of fresh air, really, when you walk in and it's not cluttered by your own stuff and you've only brought the essentials, you're away from the stresses of home, work, all of that, and you're about to enjoy time with your family. I think I'm also thinking too, like vacations to the beach. Those are so fun because you leave a lot of stuff behind. You only take, you know, the core things you need. It's gonna be hot out. You leave all the winter jackets at home. And there's like this shedding off of not only stuff, but stress. And those are really refreshing too because of the water. And I think water can be just a restorer to our souls as well. So I've been thinking about my own home. We can't go on vacation this year. It's just not in our budget. And I don't know if you guys are heading out on vacation or if some of you are stuck at home with gas prices going up. But one of the things I've been trying to do lately is go through our home and declutter with a vacation mindset. So I've been going closet by closet and I've been thinking, is this an item that I would consider essential if I had to leave and travel? And I know this kind of breaks down, right? There's some things you have to have. Like, for example, you need winter coats. If you're going on vacation to Florida, you don't take that. So yeah, you're gonna have essential items for different seasons. But what I've been doing is, first of all, I've been packing up the stuff that doesn't belong to this season. So I put all my winter stuff away, and now I'm going through and I'm looking at the summer stuff that remains, and I'm thinking, would I take this on vacation with me? And if not, what's its use at home? Like, if it's not my most important thing, if it's not something that matters to me enough to cart away somewhere, why do I have it? Why do I have so much stuff, right? All right, let's go through some of the things I'm donating today. This was a winter shirt that I wore, but it was white and it's kind of gotten some scragglies on it and dingy. Instead of packing it away for next winter and thinking, what if? I know that I will probably buy something new by next winter, especially coming off of baby weight, and that's all fluctuating. I'm still working out, trying to lose some of it. Who knows where I'll be? So I'm gonna let this go. I also have decided I have 2 pairs of pajamas. I don't really need both. I'm going to ditch one of the pairs that I have because this pair, it's always been kind of funky. The shirt comes undone. It was cheap from Costco. So I'm gonna let this pair go. I had gotten it as a maybe when I was nursing and for after the baby. So time to let it go. And I know other areas of our home, we have storage for different seasons as well. Think about the kitchen. You often will store away special plates or serving dishes for those times you have family over or the holidays, but those don't need to be out among your stuff all the time. You should have a storage box for that away from everything from your day-to-day use. And you need to look at your day-to-day use items and think, would these be considered essential? If I rented a hotel with a little kitchenette, what would I want in that kitchenette? What is something I use every day? And what is the stuff that's just for that one-off time or just in case time? And why is that cluttering my space for my day-to-day stuff? And I will say this too. You don't necessarily have to get rid of it. You could store it, but anything you put in storage, you need to think through, why was that important enough to store? Am I gonna remember I have it? Is it something I'll come back to? If not, then you need to move it on. And so I've been going through my kids' clothes, my clothes, looking at everything in our home and thinking, would I wanna carry this with me on vacation? Probably not. This is another shirt that I had bought from Goodwill. Our Goodwill here, we have some that have awesome name brand clothes. This is from Ann Taylor. It's where I buy a lot of good name brand stuff. And it's a decent shirt. It's a good quality one, but the neckline never really looked amazing on me. And so I think I'm gonna let this one go because I have other things that look a little bit better, so. And I think my most difficult area, right? We all have our hangups. Mine is books. Because while I wouldn't cart my 3 bookshelves full of books on vacation, I've been holding on to a lot of books just because, I don't know, I'm a book person, I'm a literary nerd, and there's just that whole, just in case I want to read that book, I want to have availability to it. And so I'm going to be working through this summer, potentially purging some of those, trying to narrow it down to the most essential ones and keeping what's important. And I would encourage you guys to come along with me on that journey of just sorting through things. I opened up my summer clothes storage bin this morning, and I realized there was things I had put away to save for this summer that I don't really want to wear this summer, or they don't fit right, and I should have just gotten rid of them way back when. So now I have a donate bag ready. I'm gonna pop those things in and I'm gonna get rid of them. So I've got to tell you guys the story of this blue shirt. I absolutely love this shirt. I love the color of it. I wore it a few years ago and the polka dots made me so happy. But this was when I was, you know, I don't even see the size on it. I was a very different weight and I was a lot smaller back then. And, you know, it's been years and I haven't made it back to this size yet. And someday I might. And the thing is, I think I've been holding on to it thinking that when I get to that size, it's like a reward to myself to have this beautiful shirt again. But the thing is, if we lose weight and truly get to the goal that we have for ourselves, we often go out and buy new things. And the longer I keep this, especially in storage, I've noticed there's fraying. Oh, you want to join? Come here. He's my decluttering buddy. There's fraying on the edges. Is it funny? See yourself. There's fraying on the edges, and honestly, it's starting to smell like dusty, musty from being in a storage thing for so long. So I think it's time to donate this and just move on and think, someday if I ever get back to that goal weight, I'll buy myself a new shirt. I think sometimes we think there won't be anything like that down the road. But the thing is, I'm reminded there's a Bible verse about the flowers and the birds of the air, and it says, your heavenly Father, he feeds the birds of the air. They don't sow or reap, and he clothes the flowers of the field in such splendor and beauty. How much more will he take care of you? Why do you worry about what you're going to eat or what you're going to wear? And I think that verse is so important for us to hear regularly, because we think that when we're looking at our clothes and we're thinking, God, we don't even associate the Lord with it sometimes. Sometimes we're just like, I will never find that peace again, or I have to store up. I have to, you know, have this provision for down the line just in case. But you know what? God provides. I can't think of a season where he hasn't provided some fun or awesome new piece of clothing. And should you lose all the baby weight, or should you change shape or this or that, God's going to provide what you need in the right time. So today, guys, I'm letting the blue shirt go. I've held on to this blue shirt for years. I've held on to it through declutterings. And today I'm going to say goodbye. Goodbye. And you know what? If I make it to that goal weight, I'm going to go get me a new shirt. All right. And you know, it's amazing, right? We can store stuff for a while. We can quarantine it, so to speak. And then we realize, why did I think I ever needed that? And I think this concept is biblical, guys, because when you think about Jesus, I've got my Bible right here, and I've been kind of reading about his travels. When he walked with the disciples, he told them to, when they were going to spread the gospel, don't take 2 tunics. He said, take 1. Don't take 2 backpacks to store your stuff. Take 1. And so this idea is that we shouldn't be traveling through this world with a lot of extra things. And in fact, the Bible compares this world and our earthly dwellings like tents, meaning they're temporary. This is just a temporary residence. And I think my great conviction and the struggle I have between 2 extremes is our homes being a permanent place of residence and also a tent. Because a permanent place of residence, we want to fill it with a lot of stuff that burdens us, that bogs us down. But if we think of it like a tent, or my modern day interpretation of a tent, think of it like a hotel. Okay? So if you were to go to a hotel, if you were moving from hotel to hotel to spread the gospel of Jesus, and let's say you were living out of these hotels, what would you take? What would you leave behind? Right? That's hard, isn't it? I know we all have certain, things that are precious to us that might even be a burden to carry from place to place. And when we're living in a permanent house, we think, oh, I can store it here. But it also can burden us down in our own homes. We may be less willing to part with our stuff or get up and be obedient and go on the mission field or travel or go where God sends us or put our money towards what he wants us to because of the burden of our places and our stuff. And so I think God is slowly peeling away some of those layers every time I declutter. Every time I walk in a closet and think, why am I keeping 5 dresses? I could have 1. According to the Bible, I could have 1 nice dress and that would be okay. What is with this obsession to accumulate more and more and more stuff? So the second principle I want to share with you guys today is the 2-minute rule. Something I've been doing this summer just to help me be less lazy and obedient, being real with you guys. Like, there was a time in my life where I would put things out on the counter and I would leave it there. I would walk past stuff in a room and it was messy and I would just leave it there. And I have this rule in my head I've been telling myself, and it's, if it can be done in under 2 minutes, do it right now. And this is changing everything for me. So, for example, this morning I walked by several items that my kids had left out or were out of place in my living room, and I was gonna pass them by, but I stopped and checked in my head. I said, can I go put that away in under 2 minutes? Yeah, I can. And so I said, okay, I'm gonna stop right now and do it. And what it's doing is that it's eliminating this to-do list that we have all around us of little things that try and steal our attention. And it's helping me practice presence, because I didn't realize how much I'm burdened during the day with this item or this item or this item that we see. And so I just keep asking myself, if I can do it under 2 minutes, I need to do it right now. And this one's hard. Sometimes there's only a few dishes in the sink and I just want to leave them, or a dish is soaking. For example, we went to a Memorial Day cookout on Monday. I had made brownies and I had the little dish soaking in the sink. And I looked at it today and I said, oh, it's soaking, right? That's the myth, soaking in there. I don't know if I really want to clean it out right now. And then I said in my brain, if I can do it under 2 minutes, could I clean out that dish and dry it and put it away in under 2 minutes? Yes, I could. And so I said, I'm gonna do it right now. So as a mom of a little one, 2 minutes is really about all the time I have before he loses his attention span and throws all the toys down to the floor. So in that time, just now, I walked past some dishes and I thought I could just set these in the sink. But then I thought in my head, could I unload this dishwasher in 2 minutes? And sure enough, you saw from the footage, guys, I'll show you right here. I was able to get it unloaded and then loaded with all of our lunch dishes in the time, and maybe it wasn't exactly 2 minutes, but I think I play this mind game with myself of, if I can get it done in under 2 minutes, I'm gonna do it right now. And the thing is, I could have just left it. I could have left the lunch dishes, I could have left the dishwasher, I could have moved on to the next task. I could have said, he won't make it. But I went ahead and just did it, and now, yes, we have a clean kitchen. I can grab the baby out of his high chair, and we'll go on to the next task. So this 2-minute thing, guys, it's kind of life-changing for me. So this principle, I don't know if it will help any of you guys, but as a mom, I feel like it's helping me keep my house cleaner. It's helping me not have dishes pile up. It's helping me not have little things out of place everywhere, because I'm almost tricking myself as I walk from room to room. And that's another thing. I don't go from room to room empty-handed. If I see something out of place, that's when I pick it up and I move it. And there are definitely messy rooms you may have that will take more than 2 minutes. If that's the case, you don't do it. That's not, no, those are big to-do lists. This is for all those little things that build up and just stress us out. And so I'm just asking you guys today to give it a try and see. I would love to hear in the comments how it's working for you. But it's kind of practicing a presence of mind that if I can do it under 2 minutes, stop and do it right now. I hope that encourages you guys today, and I will be back. I've got some other things that have been on my mind lately I definitely want to share with you all, and I so appreciate all of you guys. I'm Morgan on Life and Lilacs, and I'll see you again soon.
Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more important than food, and the body more important than clothes? Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? Who of you by worrying can add a single hour to his life? And why do you worry about clothes? See how the lilies of the field grow? They do not labor or spin. Yet I tell you that not even Solomon in all of his splendor was dressed like one of these. If that is how God clothes the grass of the field, which is here today and tomorrow is thrown into the fire, will he not much more clothe you, O you of little faith? So do not worry, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or what shall we wear? For the pagans run after all these things, and your heavenly Father knows that you need them. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well.